And they say they're as good as Pro V1s, but we're gonna find out. I'm gonna test them head to head with my wedges, 7-iron, and driver, compare the spin, compare the data.
Tiger Cliff is direct to consumer, so it's like Tacoma, but for balls.
Let's go. So this is the Pro. It's comparable to the Pro V1. We're also going to be testing the Ultra, which they say is comparable to the Pro V1X. Are these as good as Pro V1s? They cost less than half as much, so if they are, it's worth looking into.
All right, first up, we're going to look at wedges. And when you're looking at wedges, typically the most important thing to consider is your spin. And if you want to pause and look at this chart, feel free. But the thing that blew me away with the wedges was the Tiger Cliff Ultras had significantly more spin than the other balls. The Pro V1X had more than the Pro V1, as expected. And the Tiger Cliff Pro had a little less than the Pro V1, but really quite similar. But the Tiger Cliff Ultra really knew how to put some spin on that ball. We're going to get into feel in just a minute, but as far as wedge data goes, I would happily play either of the Tiger Cliff balls, depending on if you're a Pro V1 or a Pro V1X guy. Now, typically with a 7-iron, you want around 7,000 spin, which I was not getting here. Biggest reason was I was bringing my arm across my chest. That's bad form, I noticed as soon as I brought up the video. But once again, the Tiger Cliff Ultra significantly outperformed the Pro V1X on spin. And the stopping power from the carry to the total was 15 yards for the Ultra. Everything else was 21, 18, 18. So that was the winner in that category as well. Now the Pro V1 here, even though it had the second slowest club speed, did have the longest carry as well as the longest total. So if you're going for distance, which honestly I don't know why you would be going for distance with irons, that's not really what matters. But if you were, the Pro V1 wins in that one. Way more important is stopping power control, knowing how far the ball is going to go. And once again with the 7-iron data, there's not enough of a discrepancy that I wouldn't choose the less expensive balls. Let's see driver. So you can see with that data, I'm having some issues with driver, putting way too much spin on it. But the Tiger Cliff Ultras, even with a steep attack angle, even at the second most spin, they gave me the most distance out of all 4 of these balls. I'm really blown away by how these are doing. We'll get to feel on course in just a minute and talk about the feel of these balls. But performance-wise and data-wise, for half the price, I'm taking Tiger Cliff.
So far, I'm impressed. I did not come in expecting much, but Tiger Cliff is holding its own so far. We'll see how the on-course test goes. All right, a little bit rainy day, but we are going to test these Tiger Cliff golf balls outside compared against Pro V1s on the course, see how they react. And we're going to head over to the practice green. We're going to chip and putt a little bit, compare them there, and see if these things hold up. I was impressed with the sim. Let's check on course now.
Well, contrary to the sim, the Tiger Cliff Ultras were the shortest ball on this test. However, I was push fading all of them, including that 217er, so that really pulled the averages down. The Pro V1s did outperform the Tiger Cliffs on distance slightly, even if you take out that 217er on the Ultra. But, you know, we're talking about a few yards. So you probably do get an extra 2 or 3 yards with Titleist, but it's going to cost you twice as much money. Now, I told you to talk about feel. The Pro V1s definitely have a softer, better, more buttery feel. You just can't beat a Pro V1. The Tiger Cliffs still feel pretty nice. I would compare them to probably a Callaway Chrome Soft. It's not like uncomfortable. It's not like a Top Flight where you're hitting a rock. It's a comfortable, good ball. It's giving me solid numbers.
Next up, we're doing approach shots from 130, seeing how they react, seeing the dispersion.
For the approach test, the Tiger Cliff Pros were the top performer. I put 3 of them on the green pretty close to the flag. Next were the Pro V1s, followed by the Pro V1X. And these numbers with the Ultras, I just wasn't hitting the ball well. I don't think that's reflective of the balls themselves.
So I've jumbled up all the balls, Pro V1, Pro V1X, Tiger Cliff Pro, and Tiger Cliff Ultra. Not paying attention to which one I'm hitting. I'm just trying to chip them all to the same hole. Then we're going to average out the average distance from the hole with each ball.
Now for the chipping test, we did half the balls with a 58 degree and half the balls with a pitching wedge. And once again, the Tiger Cliff Pro was the top performer. And I was just randomly hitting balls here, you know, trying to kind of feel how they felt. And I honestly could not tell the difference in this phase of the testing, which ball was which ball. The Pro V1s, the Tiger Cliffs, I really couldn't tell. So you might notice the feel more on the full swings, but on chipping, not at all. I did notice it a little on putting as well, but chipping, smooth sailing.
Let's do a putting test. We're gonna putt 15 footers, and then we're gonna putt 6 footers. Let's gather some data. All right, 20 footers actually.
Now I ended up doing half the lag putts from 20 feet and half the lag putts from 30 feet. Now I wasn't surprised that Pro V1 and Pro did the best for me because that's the ball I typically play is the Pro V1. I was surprised that the Tiger Cliff Pro smoked the Pro V1. I mean, this ball is winning a lot of these tests.
Next up, we're gonna hit 6 footers.
Well, a 6-foot putt test is too subjective to really rely on the data, but I will say these Tiger Cliff balls, especially if you're a 90s golfer, you're not even going to notice a difference between these and the Pro V1s. So my verdict, if you love playing new golf balls but don't want to fork out the cash for the Pro V1s, check out Tiger Cliff Golf. It's kind of nice not worrying about losing a $5 golf ball every time you swing the golf club. So these guys are direct to consumer. That's how they make the balls cheaper. They're basically the Tacoma of golf balls.
That's it for me, folks.